All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Pokemon. The topic of today's video is going to be the Metazoo Wilderness Golden Ticket CGC 10 listed on eBay for $85,000 by Hyperbole, who pulled this card on stream, and he also pulled I believe a native serialized card as well. So for those of you that don't know, Wilderness had three different tickets. There was a bronze ticket, a silver ticket, and a gold ticket. Now, the bronze ticket, I believe, is redeemable for a Kickstarter box. The silver ticket redeemable for a prototype Mothman that Mike Waddell had made on his printer at home or whatever. And the gold ticket, it's kind of still up in the air as to what this ticket is redeemable for. Now, again, this is a CGC 10, very impressive, $85,000. I believe there's only been 2 golden tickets of the 5 pulled. And this is the only one that has been listed for sale, and this is the only one that I know of that has been graded a CGC 10. So a couple of things that I think are worth talking about here is, number one, what is this card redeemable for? And I think the answer to that question is a very important one, because if I were Hyperbole and I were listing this card for sale, I would not list this card unless I knew what I could redeem it for. So the question is, if he does know what it's redeemable for, why is he listing it? And I think that's a very important question here, because if this was redeemable for something worth a significant value, I think people speculated that it was worth, you could redeem it for stake, actual stock in Metazoo as a company. So that would be interesting if that's what it was redeemable for, and I honestly don't think that he would list this card for sale without knowing what it was redeemable for. So the question is, does he know what it's redeemable for, and he doesn't think it's worth it for him to hold on to it, and he doesn't think it's worth more than $85,000? And if he does know, is it something that he's not allowed to say? Did he get in contact with Metazoo? Did he get in contact with Mike Waddell? And they said, well, here's what you can do. Here's what you can redeem it for. But you can't tell anybody. You can sell the card if you want. You can list the card if you want. Here's your option, but you can't tell anybody. So I think that's the interesting part about this, is we don't know exactly what it's redeemable for. But I strongly don't believe that he would have listed it not knowing what he could get for it. So I think that's an important piece of this puzzle, is the $85,000 number I don't think is entirely arbitrary, because maybe he has some idea of what this card is worth based on what his redemption knowledge is. And I believe he is a Metazoo partner, so I think he does have a direct line to Mike Waddell or direct line to Metazoo. So I think this whole thing is kind of interesting, and I really would like to know what this card is redeemable for, and whether or not this card is worth $85,000, I think is extremely dependent on that fact. Now, I do want to say, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder here of this camera, and this shirt looks extremely tight. I do want to say, this is an extra large. I've gotten pretty fat, and I weigh 230 pounds at the time that I'm recording this video, so I did not expect this extra large to fit this tight, and I'm sorry if it's offending you. So my speculation is that whatever this card is redeemable for, I really think that he knows what it is. He knows what he can get for it, and he'd rather have the money, and the $85,000 is probably based on whatever it is actually redeemable for, and there should be still 3 more of these cards out there in the Wilderness SKUs, and apparently, according to Metazoo, across all SKUs, whether it's a booster box, whether it's a spell book, whether it's the theme deck, whether it's a blister pack, these secret rare ticket inserts are supposedly distributed equally amongst all those different SKUs, all those different products. So you should have an equal chance of getting them no matter what you buy from Wilderness. But my question for you guys is, what do you think the golden ticket is redeemable for based on this $85,000 listing? I've seen a lot of different speculation. Like I said, a big one that I saw was some kind of ownership of Metazoo, some kind of stock option. And like I said, I believe the silver ticket was for the prototype Mothman. The bronze ticket was for a Kickstarter box. So $85,000, I think that value is assigned based on what he knows it's redeemable for. And the question is, what do you think it's redeemable for, and why is it not public yet what the golden ticket can get you? Because it's been long publicized now that the golden ticket exists, that all these tickets exist, and that they're all redeemable. What do you think it's redeemable for, and do you think it's worth $85,000? I think the redemption would have to be pretty significant to warrant an $85,000 price tag, even though it's a CGC-10, because considering the fact that the prototype Mothman, I think, is worth what people said, like $60,000. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. The golden ticket, $85,000. Is it worth that? What do you think it's redeemable for? And will you still continue to hunt for the other remaining golden tickets? Because that's another thing to consider here, is that the golden ticket is, whatever it's redeemable for, is going to be divisible by 5. We know there's 5 golden tickets, so it's not like you're going to become a 1/3 owner of Metazoo, so it can't be that significant of a value. There's 5. So it's got to be something that someone can get 5 of. It's not something that's a 1 of 1. It's got to be something that 5 other people can also have access to, which is why the prototype Mothman and the Kickstarter box for the bronze and silver tickets makes sense. So what could it possibly be that this gold ticket is redeemable for $85,000? And again, I really think that Hyperbole, who's selling this card, knows what the redeemable option is prior to selling it. Because there's no, if I had pulled this card, there's no way I would list it on eBay without knowing what I could get for it as far as the redemption. So I think he's got to know, and I think he's got to be reasoning that $85,000 is worth more than whatever he redeemed it for. And I guess the other question is why? Why would Metazoo not want anybody else to know what the redemption is? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. As always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Nick Strength and Pokemon, signing out.